Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, and I wanted to take a second to say hi. I've been sick this week. It's been crazy. I went to Costa Rica, and I think I ate something bad, and it has had me down for the count for about 4 or 5 days. But anyway, I'm back, and even when I'm sick, I'm still moving, I'm still doing stuff. But anyway, I wanted to take a second to talk to you real quick about a quick thought that I had about Bill O'Reilly. Now, Bill O'Reilly is the guy who, the big racist jerk, the bigot, who is one of the leading figures on Fox News. O'Reilly, he fuels the fans of racial hatred. Much of what he says on that network, much of what his network says in general is not true. Much of it is politically biased. It has a very counterproductive agenda that is very much against the progress that many of us are hoping to make in this country as we deal with racial hatred and the effect that it's had on the United States. Now, one of the things that really bothers me a lot, and I saw the rapper Killer Mike kind of jump on this. I know Killer Mike, and we've talked a few times, and I've said some of this before, but I wanted to reiterate it because Mike brought it up on Bill Maher, and I'm so glad he did, is I don't understand why people give Bill O'Reilly even an ounce of respect. I don't understand why Bill O'Reilly and Fox News receive even a tiny piece of legitimacy from the American public. I don't understand why African American commentators and politicians and attorneys and scholars will even entertain a bigot like Bill O'Reilly or another bigot like Sean Hannity with even a conversation. These individuals, it's not to say they don't have a right to say what they want to say, they do. But we also should be very thoughtful about the fact that we're only legitimizing this venue because they have 2 million viewers and a whole lot of money. For the most part, much of what Fox News reports on is a big fairy tale. Fox News tells a bunch of lies that are very biased. They call black people thugs. They made a joke about lynching Michelle Obama. They've said all kinds of horribly nasty, racist things over the years, but people sort of continuously deal with them like there's some sort of important and powerful evil empire that they must confront. Like, I'm going to go on Fox and I'm going to show Bill O'Reilly that he's wrong. Well, guess what? Bill O'Reilly already knows that he's wrong. He already knows that he's a liar. But he knows that by saying certain things, even if they're not true, he can get under your skin enough that you're going to feel forced to engage with him. And that's when he wins. That's why he makes $30 million a year, because he is a provocateur that gets people to get all upset, get their panties in a bunch over some stupid shit that he said on the air, knowing when even he knows that what he said is not true. Even he knows that what he says is racist. He can't be this stupid. The same thing with Sean Hannity. These guys are clowns. And what's interesting to me is that if these were two black men, just getting on the air, spitting all kinds of racial hatred, saying things that were entirely untrue, I don't think white America, leading white Americans, I'm talking about the president of the United States, will be lining up to have an opportunity to go on these shows and debate with these individuals and explain why they're wrong. They would just write them off as being idiots. So I think we have to ask ourselves, why is it that we give Fox News, Bill O'Reilly, Sean Hannity any legitimacy whatsoever? I can tell you my relationship with O'Reilly and Hannity and all that. I used to go on Fox News all the time back in 06, 07, back before I realized the politics behind everything that they did. It was when I was first getting in the game around 05 to 07. I was just learning my way around the national TV space. And I didn't realize that people could be so nasty, so negative, so hateful, so racist on a national television platform and still remain on the air, still get corporate sponsor money, still make millions of dollars. I didn't know that. And we, Riley and I had a clash over a couple of issues. One of them was when Michelle Obama, or when he made a joke about lynching Michelle Obama. And O'Reilly then, kind of tried to attack me for speaking up against him, and I attacked back. And at that point, I just said, I'm never going on Fox News again. And since that time, I haven't been on Fox News at all. Again, I always say you should never say never, but as of right now, I have no interest in going back to Fox. But so that's my relationship with Fox. Now, I understand other people had a different approach to this, but I think we have to really ask ourselves, why in the world do we even give legitimacy to a liar and a bigot like a Bill O'Reilly, like a Sean Hannity? You can throw Rush Limbaugh in the mix. And then you've got sort of these Bill O'Reilly lights that kind of sprinkle around, that get on there and say stupid stuff or whatever. What's her name? Ann Coulter, the blonde-headed idiot that always says things. She maintains her relevancy by saying horrible things about black people so that we'll get all emotional and up in arms. And that's when she makes more money. She makes more money by just being a deliberate provocateur against black people, kind of spewing racial hatred that's unprovoked in a way that actually gets her money because she legitimizes the views of the white racists that exist in our society. Also, she knows how to upset and get under the skin of certain black people. And then on top of that, she has certain black figures that she'll go up against, like Al Sharpton on the air, where they kind of need each other. They kind of they kind of battle it out over some racial issue that doesn't make a difference in the lives of real people, and both of them walk away with money. Now, I'm not here to talk about Sharpton. That's for another day. But I am here to simply say that I really don't think any of us have to ever watch Fox News for the rest of our lives. There are a billion different TV networks and websites and everything else you can go to. And so my argument is that if you don't like what Fox News is saying, if you don't like what O'Reilly's saying, don't watch it, don't pay attention to it, don't give it any legitimacy, and don't even give legitimacy to the conversations that occur on that network. And because you've had people as high, like when President Obama went on Fox News, I didn't understand it. If that were a black man speaking that same kind of idiotic ignorance, I don't think the president or anybody else will acknowledge a person like that. But for some reason, because this corporation is white and wealthy and has 2 million white people following behind them, we somehow feel that we have to acknowledge them. The truth is that we really don't. So that's really all I really want to say. I didn't want to talk much about Bill O'Reilly today, but it did cross my mind. So as you know, when thoughts hit my brain, I just like to share them. So anyway, I look forward to hearing your comments. And until we meet again, please stay strong, be blessed, and be educated. And don't forget, we do have a new film out called Resurrecting Black Wall Street about the Black Wall Street Massacre that occurred in 1921. This is when when the whites in Tulsa, Oklahoma formed a mob and rioted and went over to the black side of town and burned down the homes of wealthy blacks, stole all their property, never paid them reparations, and literally, if that wealth had been allowed to grow, you'd be talking about assets in the tens of billions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars. So the state of Oklahoma owes a huge debt to the descendants of those families. We talk about that in this film. You can check out the trailer at resurrectingblackwallstreet.com. That's resurrectingblackwallstreet.com. And excuse me, until we meet again, please stay strong, be blessed, and be educated. I am gone. Peace.